What up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Failing Up. Hope you're having a great day. What I wanted to do today was talk about teamwork. When I was instructor and even now in professional settings, being on a team and what that means. I find that people, and I've said this before. I feel like ego is the crux of a lot of problems and situations, whether it be in yourself or working with others. So what I mean by that is working in a team, the point in working in a team is to surround yourself with others that make up for your failings. That's what it is. You're in a team because you make up for others' failings, and those others make up for your failings. And just know, everyone fails at something. Whether it be consistent, inconsistent, sometimes, whatever, it happens. Everyone is not the best at everything. You can't be. That's why you work in team environments. So, in working in a team, you have to be able to let go of your ego. So if you're working on a creative project with somebody, you have to come to the table with ideas, but not be married to them. So many projects I've worked on where you question somebody's intent or idea, like, I don't know if that would work because of, whatever reason, they immediately get defensive. And that's because they have an ego attached to that concept. And that's a huge issue with working in teams. So to have a team work successfully, you need to leave all that crap behind you.
Trust you can be of service there?
Well, let me check my list of powers and weaknesses. Ability to do anything, but only whenever I want. Yeah, it sounds like a job for me.
And understand that you're going into a situation already a failure at something. And that's okay, because you have others to make up for that. Now, it does require a lot of trust to be able to lean on someone. And if you feel like you can't trust them, can make up for your failings, then that's where an issue could arise working in a team outside of having an ego. So it's being able to recognize that, and then putting your best foot forward with knowing that others are relying on you to produce something. There was a lot of times when I was an instructor, I'd have students that they didn't want to work in teams because they wanted to run the show. They had a vision that they wanted to do, and that was it. You were either on board or you were getting left behind. And it caused so much issues, so many divisions in teams. It was crazy. And I don't know if I was like that when I was that young, but it was, yeah. It's definitely one of those things when you're younger, I feel like it's more prevalent just because you're a lot more egocentric when you're younger. And I'm not trying to put down on people that are young. I'm not trying to do that at all. I love you guys. Keep doing what you do. Wish I was you, but it's just part of the development of being a human. When going through your late teens and like up to mid 20s, sometimes later, depending on the person, you're very centered on yourself and figuring out what your place is in the world and who you are inside of everything. And that's fine. That's the way it is. That's life. That's just development. But you need to, if you're working in a team, you need to be able to set that aside for quote unquote the greater good, if you will, because you're all striving to do something more than just yourself, right? That's the point of teaming up with people, because you can't do it by yourself. You need others to do it for you or do it with you. So stop pretending that you have all the ability. This comes from experience of being in a team with that person and being that person, honestly, because as soon as you bring ego into it, everyone gets defensive about ideas you're bringing to the table. If you're working on a project, you're like, oh, I want to try doing this, and someone says, well, I don't think that would work because this reason or this particular cause could do this, and it could make this chain effect, and so on and so forth. You can't be so invested into that concept that you came up with that you say, well, no, that makes no sense. We need to have this. Then you have to have a conversation of why you need to have that thing. Because it's just not going to work out. You know, you need to really sit down, leave your egos at the door, and just hash it out. Be objective about the problems you're facing and what the end goal is. So yeah, that's all I gotta say on that. Really, is just, you know, when you go to work in a team, drop the ego, because you're all there because you're not great at everything. So you should all be working to make a better situation for yourselves and each other. And, you know, ideally, if you're working on a production piece, definitely leave the ego at the door.
That's fucking teamwork.
So that's all I got, guys. Let me know about your experiences working in teams, good, bad, any tactics you've used to kind of help work with others. I'd be interested to hear it. All right, thanks all. Have a good one.